Hello, welcome to another video from the Animal University channel. Let's go for the video. Killer whale. Killer whale, or Orca, also called orca, largest member of the dolphin family, Delphinidae. The killer whale is easy to identify by its size and its striking coloration, jet black on top and pure white below with a white patch behind each eye, another extending up each flank, and a variable saddle patch just behind the dorsal fin. Despite the fact that this cetacean is a powerful carnivore, there is no record of its having killed humans in the wild. Dozens of killer whales have been kept in captivity and trained as performers, a practice that in the 21st century was increasingly viewed as unethical. Natural history. The largest males attain a length of more than 10 meters, 32.8 feet, and a weight of about 9,800 kilograms, about 10 metric tons or 11 short, US, tons, whereas females reach about 8.5 meters, 27.8 feet, and weigh significantly less than males. Males also have proportionally larger appendages, with flippers up to 2 meters, 6.6 feet, long, approximately 20% of the body length, and almost 1 meter, 3.3 feet, wide. Flipper length among females is 11 to 13% of body length. The dorsal fin of older males is very tall, up to 1.8 meters, 5.9 feet, and straight. Females and young males have a dorsal fin that is about half that size and distinctly sickle-shaped, falcate. The skull is a meter or more in length and holds the largest brain of all the dolphins, averaging 5.6 kilograms, 12.3 pounds. The muscles that close the mouth are enormous, and within the jaws is a set of more than 40 interlocking curved teeth. Most of the teeth are large, measuring about 10 centimeters 4 inches long and 4 centimeters 1.6 inches wide. The killer whale has a patchy distribution in all oceans, from the polar ice caps to the equator, where large prey such as tuna, salmon, and seals are abundant. Other food sources are squids, sea lions, penguins, whales, and porpoises. In the North Pacific, several populations live along the Alaskan coast, in the intracoastal waterways of British Columbia and Washington, and off the coast of Baja California. In the North Atlantic, they can be found from the waters off Newfoundland and Labrador to Iceland, Norway, and the British Isles. In the Southern Hemisphere, killer whales can be seen off the coasts of Argentina, South Africa, New Zealand, and the Galapagos Islands. Killer whales live in small groups, usually called pods, that number fewer than 40 individuals each. Resident pods and transient pods have been differentiated within the populations of British Columbia and Washington. Sound production and diet differ between them, with resident pods, that is, those that inhabit Puget Sound and nearby coastal waters, eating fish, primarily salmon, and transients, that is, those that range over larger areas of coastal waters, eating other cetaceans, seabirds, and seals. Echolocation is used by killer whales in feeding and communication. Known to be highly intelligent, killer whales are among the few non-human animals to be able to recognize themselves in a mirror. Killer whales are also one of the small number of species, along with human beings, Homo sapiens, short-fin pilot whales, Globicephala macrorhynchus, false killer whales, Sidorca crassidens, belugas, Delphinapterus lucas, and narwhals, Monodon monoceros, that experience menopause, that is, the stoppage of ovulation prior to the end of their natural lives. The circumstances under which menopause evolved in killer whales are a matter of debate, but it may have emerged in response to increases in the mortality of offspring from older generations during times when mothers and their daughters bred simultaneously. Some scientists argue that younger females in the pod tend to focus on the success of their own offspring and may be more competitive for food resources than older females. See competition. Killer whale pods are extended families that have matriarchal hierarchies. See also dominance hierarchy. The older females, tending to focus on the success of the overall pod, may be more willing to share food with the rest of the pod, thereby reducing the amount of food that could be given to their own offspring. Evolution. The evolutionary record of the genus Orcinus is scanty. The earliest fossil identified as a killer whale is O. citonensis from the Pliocene epoch, 5.3 million to 2.6 million years ago, in Italy. This small mammal was about 4 meters long, 13.1 feet, and had 14 teeth, more like a typical dolphin. This implies that the ancestors of the present-day killer whale diverged from other cetaceans during the Miocene epoch, 23 million to 5.3 million years ago. Most dolphin evolution took place near the beginning of this epoch. Although the taxonomy of the killer whale is clear at the genus level and at the family level, delphinity, relationships between killer whales and other toothed whales, suborder Odontoceti, are ambiguous. The false killer whale, Sidorca crassidens, pygmy killer whale, Parisa attenuata, Risso's dolphin, Grampus griseus, and pilot whales, Globicephala species, have been thought to be relatives of the killer whale. Killer whales are sometimes assigned to one or another subfamily of the Delphinidae, Orcinini, killer whales and kin, or Globicephalini, pilot whales and kin. More than 20 species names have been applied to the killer whale, but a consensus now recognizes only O. orca. Killer whales were formerly referred to as grampuses, but that term is now a synonym for Risso's dolphin. Evidence suggests that O. orca is in the process of diverging into two species in the North Atlantic. Based on genetic analysis and studies of body size and tooth wear, scientists contend that two separate populations with distinct feeding habits and morphological characteristics have arisen. One population, characterized by relatively small individuals with a maximum length of 6.6 meters, 21.7 feet, and significant tooth wear, preys on fish, seals, and other animals. In contrast, the other population, characterized by larger individuals that can grow to a length of 8.5 meters, 27.9 feet, and possess relatively little tooth wear, is thought to feed solely on whales and other dolphins. There is evidence that killer whale speciation may also be occurring in the North Pacific, where as many as 3 genetically divergent groups exist with significantly different dispersal patterns, calls, social structure, and diets. These groups are called residents, fish-eating populations primarily located in the Sea of Okhotsk and the western part of the Bering Sea, transients, mammal-eating populations inhabiting the Gulf of Alaska, the eastern Aleutian Islands, and the eastern Bering Sea, and offshores, killer whales located along the west coast of North America between the Queen Charlotte Islands and California. Top facts about orcas. Killer whales? More like killer dolphins. Even though orcas are also known as killer whales, they are the largest member of the dolphin family. Orcas are pretty big. Orcas measure 5.5 to 9.8 meters in length, females are usually smaller than males, and they weigh up to 5,500 kilograms. The male orca's dorsal fin can be up to 1.8 meters, making it the largest of all the cetaceans, marine mammals including whales, dolphins and porpoises. Orcas are pregnant for 17 months. Female orcas start breeding at around 6 to 10 years old, males at 10 to 13 years. Breeding occurs all year round, although it is most common in summer. The gestation period of an orca is about 17 months, which is the longest of all cetaceans. Females may give birth every 3 to 5 years, although sometimes it may be as long as a decade between successful births. They travel great distances. Orcas are found in most marine habitats worldwide and are probably the second most wide-ranging mammal on the planet, after humans. Some orcas migrate long distances, for example one was tracked traveling a non-stop round trip of almost 9,400 kilometers. They have a varied diet. Orcas feed on a wide variety of prey, from marine mammals and fish, to seabirds and marine turtles. Adult orcas eat around 3 to 4% of their body weight in food each day. They have a range of hunting techniques including intentionally beaching to capture seals on shore, creating waves to wash seals off ice floes, and working together in groups to herd fish and attack larger prey such as whales. Orcas around Shetland and Orkney have a varied diet of seals, schooling fish and even eider ducks. Orcas face many threats. Moving boats and underwater noise can disrupt orcas when they are feeding and affect their social interactions and echolocation. Overfishing has resulted in the collapse of several fish stocks worldwide, while fishing gear poses a high risk of entanglement for orcas, which can lead to severe injury or death. Orcas are also at risk of toxic contamination from pesticides and industrial chemicals, which can build up in their tissues and organs and affect their immune and reproductive systems. I hope you enjoyed this video enough and it was informative. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Introduce us to your friends. Good luck to you all.